Hello, Kindred. How are you this evening?
Technically good.
Technically not dead.
Excellent. It has been a few days since your encounter at the hospital. Handful, say 4 or 5 days, give or take. I want you each to roll me a d10 if you have lost either health or willpower. And once we get that out of the way,
Rolled a 2.
Real quick, does it count if it was superficial damage or...
either or.
I got
Got
a
it.
6.
Did you lose willpower damage? You did.
I did. I lost 1 superficial willpower damage.
You gain back a willpower damage.
Just 1d10, right?
Roll me 1d10. Unfortunately, Ottilie, with a 2, that will not net you anything.
Okay.
I got a 7.
You can gain back 2.
Look at you being all fancy. Oh my god.
It's not strictly by the rules, but fuck it, I don't care tonight.
And
Also-
you get a willpower. And you get a willpower. And oddly, you get a hungry.
You guys have found your way back to your haven, sitting in the Jasper National Park, nestled in the Rocky Mountains. Absolutely beautiful scenery. It is an old country house, basically. Think it's like an old mansion. Think Western and Victorian meshed together. You have a fair bit of property here, and fairly large rooms that you have been given from the Black Butterfly. Before we get into things, since it has been a few days and you've had a couple of days to rest and recuperate, you're going to need to figure out what you've been doing in that time. So, we're going to start with rouse checks tonight.
And that's also just 1d10, right?
Same as always.
Got an 8.
Elizabeth got
A 6. Success.
D. You take a point of hunger.
It's okay. We home. We have plenty of blood boxes.
But we don't have a human still.
Oh yeah, I forgot about those.
Don't make that face in that tone of voice of me!
Sippy sippy.
D just goes to grab a blood bag and just pokes a straw through it.
It
Disgusting.
has a straw.
D doesn't care right now.
You go to...
She is currently being reminded of the fact that her human is missing.
Ottilie.
I completely forgot we had missing humans. I forgot about Daddy Dougie too. The entire reason for everything we're doing.
With that revelation, D, how many blood bags are you drinking?
Well, because we have 6 bags of blood left as a group total, and so we each had 2 bags each.
Yes.
And I assume that we have some at our haven as well.
Your haven is kept freshly stocked. You have a decent supply.
I'll go ahead and utilize one of the ones in my bag so that way it doesn't go bad, and then just replace it with one of the fresh ones when I need to.
Don't forget, it's 2 bags per 1 point, unless it's your last point, in which case it does nothing.
Okay, then I'll just have the 2 that were left in my bag, just to get rid of that hunger point, and then I'll put in a fresh 2 bags in my inventory from our haven stock.
Elizabeth, what are you doing?
I shall do the same. I shall drink my 2 that we distributed. They're a little lukewarm at this point, but that's okay. And then I will put 2 more from the fridge into my backpack. So that takes off a point of hungry for me.
Sure does. And Audley?
I've been just hanging out at the one point I'm supposed to be at anyway. So unlike everyone else, I am the danger floof that didn't lose any blood or have issues. So I'm gonna see everyone else doing this and be like, I already have 2 in here, but just in case, to look like everyone else, I'm gonna put 2 more in my bag.
Given the previous circumstances from last session, that means you did good.
Excellent. So with that, one at a time, I'm going to go down the list, and you are going to tell me what you have been doing for the last few days. In order to give Dee a little time to figure this out, we are going to start with Elizabeth.
I'm updating my notes really fast. Okay. So, first things first, because we kind of ran out of the hospital there, immediately upon arriving at home, take like the most aggressive shower possible to get freaking clean, because we're all really gross being in like a flesh-walled horror hospital. And then I'm going to go through all of the files that I kept throughout our adventure, and now that we're not gonna die, go through them like actually like really study them and like catalog them, as well as in Latin, because it's like, oh, I'll be fancy, I'll write this in Latin, so if anybody peeks at my notes, there's a really slim chance they'll actually be able to read them. So I write down my whole experience through the entire ordeal. And so that just, I guess that's like first day stuff, because I miss my girlfriend because she missing. So I'm by myself. Just playing I Miss You by Miley Cyrus on repeat. Tonight the music seems so loud. I wish that we could lose this crowd. You're really not gonna crack at that? You keep in your face. I thought you were gonna laugh at that one. As well as I'm considering reaching out to Alice to possibly check up on my younger human sister, because upon almost dying, realizing, oh, I have no idea if she's okay. I would appreciate that.
So, you want to reach out. So, paint the scene for me. How do you go about doing this?
You're making it sound like a bad idea. All right, so I'm going to get on my phone, get the stylus, and, because vampire fingies, and I'm going to. There it is. There's the laugh. I saw it. There it is. Okay, so I'm going to text, and I'm copying and pasting what I wrote to our text chat. Hi. When you get the opportunity, can you please look up Judy Rivers in Edison, New Jersey? I would like to know how she is doing. It's like, and when you get the opportunity, I'd really appreciate it. Send. So that is now in our text chats. I didn't put that in the family group chat, though. That is a private chat just to Alice.
You wait a couple of minutes. You see the ... bubbles appear, and then they stop.
The anxiety is just like, was this a mistake? Why did I do this? Oh my god.
And then you see them again, and then they stop.
Neat.
And then you get a response. I'm sorry, who's that? What is your purpose for contacting this individual?
I don't wish to contact them. I just want to know basic information of how they are doing.
Good. Otherwise, we would have had to have a talk. Unfortunately, trying to contact them is a breach of the masquerade.
Yeah.
As for how this individual is doing, they seem to be somewhat thriving. At least somewhat looking after themselves. And they're able to hold down a steady job, which is more than most.
Just sends back, thank you so much. I very much appreciate it.
You're welcome. Was there anything else I can help you with?
That is it for now, but thank you.
And the responses cease.
Okay.
What else are you up to?
I am talking with D and gonna ask, hey, were you serious about using money to buy the hospital back and refurbish it?
We might as well, because for one thing, that would be a really great place to have as a emergency haven. Something out of sight, out of mind. People generally leave it alone and what have you, and also prevents anyone else from getting to it. Because if we buy it before anybody else does, that lowers the risk of that place being torn down and causing any more bullshit with the ghosty residences there.
Okay. I am all for buying and refurbishing.
That the kid was nice. I don't want to wreck probably the only home that she and Dr. Mortimer have at this point.
Was there a way to get in contact with Sister Martha? Because before we left Edmonton to go back to Jasper, did we stop by the bar and tell her what happened?
Roll me a d10.
Yeah, you're hitting all the points that I was going to use for my thing. And now I'm like, okay, think of something else to do.
It's an 8. 8. 8. Success. Cool.
Sister Martha was unavailable when you stopped by,
Oh shit.
but you did stop by the bar. And they treated you just like they did last time. You know, gave you drinks, chatted with you for a bit, but Sister Martha was unavailable. We're going to move to Audley.
Yes.
Okay. So I also wish to purchase that hospital, but it's more because my bestest best friend is now there, and she is trying to redeem herself so she can go to heaven, have good afterlife, end up in a paradise, and I would like to help. So that, and
Yes.
because I wish to appease the nuns, and it helps get us closer to Daddy Dougie, who I totally remember is missing. Totally. Yeah. So Adelie is on plan with hospital as well, but also Adelie's never seen this house, so she has been getting lost in it like every single day. And having fun, and then playing outside because outside is also fun. And because she is animal Serar, so she may be using some of her powers to like do stupid things like climb trees when she doesn't need to, because she thinks she's awesome. But yeah, I totally forgot humans were missing. That's kind of important. Should probably fix that at some point. So Audley would go online on her phone and be like looking up missing people in the area and just be like, who knows? Maybe somebody else misses them too. They are missing. We miss them. Maybe someone misses them. And she's just not being much help, but at the same time, it's so helpful.
Roll me intelligence plus investigation, which I have your character sheet. One moment. Five dice.
Okay.
Real quick, out of character remembering question. Where was that hospital located at?
Southwest end of the city.
3 successes. One of the fails was a 1, but it wasn't a hunger, so.
So you're looking through the results of Google searches for missing individuals, trying to figure out any way you can find to track down the humans. And unfortunately, you don't find anything. You don't find any mention of them whatsoever. You don't even find social media profiles.
Well, humans that hang out with vampires probably don't really exist. Dang it. Okay. So, yeah, other than that, just hanging around, exploring, having fun, trying to figure out how to. I want to decorate the hospital with polka dots, but apparently nobody else does, so we're having a contention moment. It's a thing.
Go for it.
No one said that we could. Yeah,
Okay.
like
Go for it.
I think we should each take a section and like let us decorate that section. And I want to turn the entire psych ward area into nothing but polka dots.
just make
Are you-
sure we don't. Yeah.
Are you trying to drive the now healed doctor insane again?
Usually, that's kind of my entire existence.
That's her shtick. In and out of game.
Wait, can you use your paws in the paint? And that's the polka dot.
Please.
I don't believe Ottilie has learned how to fully shapeshift as of yet.
I'm trying.
D.
So Dee is going to be checking in on a few things. First, she is going to be sending a message to Alice. I was actually in the process of typing that up, but basically a couple of things. The abandoned hospital that is on the southwest end of the city of Edmonton, if that is the out of character, that's what you said, right? Southwest? Cool. The abandoned hospital that is on the southwest end of the city in Edmonton. How much is the property and land, and would it be possible to get the purchase going on that, or seeing what the process is to obtain that property and building? Second, any updates on finding our missing humans and Father Douglas? And sending.
One moment, please.
One moment while we process your request.
Your call is very important with us. Please stay on the line and a representative will get to you shortly.
Bum, 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 bum.
You're looking to purchase the hospital?
Yeah, it's the abandoned hospital that has been closed down for the last 40 years.
Any particular reason?
Figured that might be a good. D is thinking of the right word to put down. Might be a good emergency spot, just in case we run into any more BS that causes us to vacate again. Or if we just happen to be in town for longer than expected, that's a good emergency spot to go to.
It'll save us thousands on our hotel stays.
Well, the good news is the land is still up for sale. If you're looking to purchase it, you are going to have to go visit one of the retailer. You're going to have to go visit the realtor that is currently managing that land, or talk to the client. Unfortunately, the client hasn't been available in quite some time, from what I understand. So you'll have to go through the realtor. I can send you their address, and you can head down on your own time and figure out what it's going to cost you and how much land you're getting and all of that, and make sure all of that's taken care of.
Yes, please. I would very much appreciate that information.
Excellent. I will send you the address in a short little minute here. In the meantime, was there anything else?
The second thing I sent you, do we have any updates on our missing humans and Father Douglas?
Other than what you've told me since you've come back, I have no further information. It does, however, look like, from what you've told me, that you may be heading across the ocean.
Why?
From what you were told, at least from what I remember that you told me, Father Douglas is in Europe. Not quite sure where. Out of character, this information was given to you at the end of last session.
Yeah.
It's been a week. You would probably remember this. Out of character, I don't. I'm sorry.
You're good. Which means you're also going to have to take care of finding a way to get there if you wish to pursue that avenue.
If we're going overseas, can we take a cruise? Oh my god, we could blend in a cruise. They have nightlife, no one would notice.
It's
Want
a
to take a
little bit
cruise?
easier. I get that. It would be easier to notice missing people, though, on a cruise, depending on how big the ship is.
No, they have a morgue on board. It's fine.
Still,
They have an infirmary on board.
I'm just saying, we could take just enough to get them in the infirmary, not enough for the morgue. Come on. I want to take a cruise. They have water slides.
Listen, the lightheadedness they could blame on seasickness.
I'm positive. Oh, you guys, I really, really want to see the drag show of Cher. Let's go. They've got one.
This is how I'm picturing this scene. Audley is just kind of doing that whole, come on, please. And she's like holding on to D and doing that whole, come on.
I do regret to inform you, however, that from what I am able to do a cursory search of for flights, that may not be a viable option for you unless you like doing an impressive version of a bonfire.
Not really.
Unfortunately, all of the flights that I can find at the moment for the next 4 months take off during the day and land during the day as well.
We could take a cruise. Oh my god, I get to take a cruise. I'm excited.
Are we able to travel by water, like on our cruise or something like that? Unsure face emoticon.
Have any of you had any issues crossing running water up to this point?
Carnival cruise, the Demeter. Let's go.
Please.
Not that we're aware of, but none of us have. I don't think any of us have traveled across water yet.
Us hydroplaning on the way to Edmonton is technically crossing water.
That is
Yeah, unless the water is made of silver, that's the only thing I can't cross, honey. Let's go.
that would technically count as crossing water, crossing running water. Not to mention, I believe you said that you were out in the rain for quite a bit during torrential downpour, if I'm not mistaken. Did any of you have any issues with that?
Dee would just explain that whole rain downpour bit. Does that count?
I mean, I came back smelling like wet dog. That's about all we got.
I would say
Dee would actually add that tidbit.
I would say from the sounds of it that none of you have an issue with running water.
We're going on a cruise. We're going on a cruise.
Right. So Carnival or Royal Caribbean?
Can we do Disney? They have characters.
Dee will go to her computer and pull up 3 tabs, one for Carnival Cruise, one for Royal Caribbean, and one for Disney.
And the whole time, Audley's in the background going, "Do-be-do, I want to be like you. I want to be where the people are. I want to taste them dancing."
You know, now I'm kind of curious. Would we have a chance to meet, like, a siren or an actual mermaid, given that, like, you know, we exist? Werewolves apparently exist. Witches exist, apparently. What else exists? Oh, and ghosts exist.
So, you're looking for prices for cruises?
Yep. Going towards Europe.
You get a ding on your phone.
I look at my phone.
It's Alice.
What does
I
that
have
say?
taken the liberty of running a few searches for you in regards to cruises from here to Europe within our own resources, because we happen to be affiliated with a company called Crown Cruise Lines.
Go on.
Okay, but does anyone get to wear a princess outfit? Because I'm already ready to order one. I would make the cutest little mermaid.
The shortest cruise I can find through any cruise line is roughly about 2.5 weeks across the Atlantic. However,
A whole new one.
it has stops. Let's see here. Embarks in New York, stops in Bermuda on the Wednesday. The following Monday, stops in the Azores. The following Wednesday, stops in Portugal. The following Friday, stops in Spain. The following Saturday in France. The following Sunday in Florence/Pisa, Italy. The following Monday in Naples. And the following Tuesday, it sails. The following Thursday, it sails to England.
Crown Cruise Line, is that a company or just one of the names of the ship? And is that through Princess Cruise?
Out of character, you will not find Google searches on this. This company does not exist outside of game.
I love
Okay, then.
this so much.
Meanwhile, oddly, why should I worry? Why should I care? Do, 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 do.
Hopefully the
when would
blackout
this-
curtains fit in our carry-ons.
Well, we have several different types of suites available, and they can all be retrofitted with blackout curtains for your convenience.
Okay, but is there a giant duck running around? I'm
How about we rent a few Disney films and we can watch it on some sort of big screen if they have it?
What is your price point for this trek? We have a few
everything I
available.
have minus all of the costumes I'm about to buy online. What
Given
people don't
that
see, I have $1,000 in onesies and costumes for Disney characters all lined up to hit buy.
it would be roughly, let's see, 1, 2, 3. I would say 5 of us. You, me, Audley, and Bone Collector, and Val. The 5 of us would obviously be going. So, let's see here. Are suites only available to a certain level of passenger in the passenger hierarchy of cruises?
We can arrange to get you a suite.
I am sweet.
How much are the suites? Lowest to highest?
We have a suite available for 4 guests per person is $1,186. Up to 5 guests per person is $2,109. The balcony, up to 4 guests, is $3,560. The club balcony suite, which is up to 4, is $3,758. The suite, up to 6 guests, is $6,594. However, because you guys would effectively be on the clock, so to speak, we might be able to cut you a deal. Our Haven style suite, which is good for up to 8 guests. For you and yours, we would be able to potentially offer for $11,607 for the entire cruise. This comes with bedrooms for each of you, two fully functioning bathrooms. It comes with a kitchen, a small little kitchen in the suite. It comes with a sitting room complete with grand piano. We can do blackout curtains and a sublime view of the ocean as you cross.
Now, is that $11K per person or just the whole thing?
The whole thing. That's the discount.
Oh, split up between us? That's not a bad deal.
That's the best deal so far.
Oh yeah.
Does that mean I can't have all these onesies and costumes?
You can have whatever you want.
Yes. I mean,
not to mention there are attractions and all sorts of entertainment on cruise. There are shopping experiences. There are eateries, which I don't think you'd have to worry much about that, other than the people. There is tons of entertainment.
Okay, please tell me there's at least one Cher impersonator.
Depends on the time of year.
I require a Cher impersonator.
I'll leave that my costume.
We'll see what we can do.
Okay, but I need to know. Does he love me? I want to know.
They're gonna see what they can do. Okay.
Worst comes to worst, I can do it.
In the background, how can I tell if he loves me so? And just walks out of the room.
Okay, we'll do the Haven style suite for how much? $11K?
$11,607.
Which comes to all of your souls plus tax.
$600 and what?
11,607.
All right, so, and I'm just gonna calculate out real quick how much it would be split between the 5 of us.
Are any of those stops near the Vatican by chance?
There is, unfortunately not.
Damn! I mean, I don't have ulterior motive.
Oh, jeez.
Well, the
Just
cruise isn't...
the look.
D is also giving that look. But anyway, split between the 5 of us, we would each be spending $2,321.40. And I can put that in the family chat.
How much money you got? Because I can't afford my $1,000 of onesies, but I can afford this trip.
We can work on getting your onesies leading up to it.
Can I just eat people that wear onesies and steal them?
No.
Dad.
At least not like full on eating.
I would no. They end up in the infirmary. They were dizzy and suddenly naked.
Let's see about getting like brand new ones that haven't been worn by anyone yet. because I don't know how your sense of smell is, and I don't know if any of them would end up smelling a certain way that would like set you off.
I mean, okay, if you have to be sanitary about things.
Yeah, it's just
I grew up on a farm, okay? I took chicken to the face when I got turned. We're totally
Still.
cool. I ate my parents. Remember? I'm okay with smells. I ate my parents.
Still.
I need that on a t-shirt. I'm okay with smells. I ate my parents.
The disembark for that voyage would be at 11 p.m. The embark on that voyage would be 11 p.m. and the arrival / disembark would start at roughly around 2 a.m. for that.
Okay then. This sounds amazing. Do we want to just go and do the thing? Let's go do the thing. Let's go find our daddy.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. And then we will just do our payments accordingly.
Just don't tell current daddy that we're replacing him with previous daddy, because daddy might have problems with daddy.
Bone Daddy is coming with us.
Yeah, I know. And we're going after Daddy Dougie.
Yeah, Bone Daddy knows about Daddy Dougie.
Anybody else
Bone
think we
Daddy
have-
is daddy. Father Douglas is father.
Daddy and father get along just fine.
As for your purchase of the hospital, I have found an asking price for you. I
What
won't be
is
able
the
to
asking
facilitate
price?
I won't be able to facilitate the transaction. But your asking price for the now abandoned hospital comes with 15 acres of land for $100,000.
What? For
That's
15
it?
acres of land? In a city? 100? What? That's so cheap.
Well, you
Wow.
also have to understand the building and the property have been abandoned for like the last 40 years, and no one's been taking care of it. It's literally something that should be on what is it? Cheap Old Houses. You know that Instagram profile? Cheap Old Houses,
Oh, but
where
also
they showcase.
are there like a lot of back taxes we're gonna have to pay for this? Because nobody's paid
Oh, yeah,
taxes
are
on it
there?
for 40 years?
Unknown at this time.
Okay.
Yeah, it's probably so.
Cruise in a hospital. Let's get a cruising hospital, people.
Lusitania, let's go!
World War II hospital ship incoming.
Whee!
You sunk my battleship!
Treasure Planet, anyone?
So, Dee will pocket the information for the hospital and get that whole thing started with the actual realtor and what have you, and negotiate all that. But for the cruise, Dee will at least put up her share and then send in the family group chat what's going on with that cruise, so that way everyone else can put in their share, and I'll also include the price for everybody.
You are welcome to record your information. What's Audley been up to while all of this has been... hold on a second. Yes.
Third thing, because of what happened at the truck in the middle of the forest, and having all the little knickknacks from the poor girl that got her head blown off, she's gonna actually look at all that, and when she discovers that she had a kid, she's gonna send a message to Alice again and debriefing on the details of what happened, and then asking, hey, is there a way to like help the family anonymously, specifically that kid, to not have to deal with the problems that come with being in like the foster system? Or is there a way to like help that kid get into like a stable home with like any relatives, what have you?
That depends on what you had in mind.
If they have like a grandparent or an aunt or uncle, I basically have them have that kid be with them, because this kid is orphaned now, and also anonymously donate some cash to that kid and some family, and like say have it in like say a trust account that increases in value over time with interest. So that way when the kid is old enough to actually access it, because it's still increasing in value with interest, like one of those high yield accounts, they are not going to be without financially.
We don't just throw cash out like that. That would have to come out from your own. That would have to come out of your own pocket if you wanted to set something like that up. With that being said, the kid does have family that they can stay with.
Is there a way to make sure that they stay with the most stable of those relatives?
Can't guarantee.
What about anonymously running background checks on the members of that family?
I can get in touch with some contacts and see what I can dig up for you if you'd like.
That would be appreciated.
Was there anything else?
Dee's just gonna check something real quick. She's gonna go down to that security room where Bone Collector's room is, and see if like the cameras are actually working.
The door to the basement is locked at the moment.
She's gonna knock on the door.
There is no answer.
Did Bone Collector go down this way when we entered into the mansion?
Yeah, he went down into his room when you last you saw.
Texting Alice. Possibly just a routine check of our security systems and our safety protocols, just to make sure that we don't have any more incidences like we did when we first moved in. If that's
All
okay.
appears operational.
Thank you.
Audley, what have you been up to?
So other than singing my show tunes and being all excited and then sad and then excited and then sad, because it's not a Disney cruise and we don't even know if there's a Cher impersonator, I'm going to be up in my room trying to pack. I'm assuming it's just a fully stocked, there are clothes in my size in there. So I'm going to be looking through everything, going, okay, that's acceptable. I can make a cape out of this. I totally deserve to have a cape on the trip. So I'm going to start looking, and like maybe while I'm getting my stuff packed, slip in some stuff that I can cut up to make like cool capes, because if I'm going to be a vampire on the water who's also a dog, I need a cape because I'm super corgi. And because I didn't get to buy all the onesies, and they're not going to be here in time for us to leave on our trip. So I am packing, but I'm also planning. And I don't think anyone else is going to have a cool cape. So that is where I am. I am in the suitcase with the things. It is fun. I'm also making a big mess in the room because that's what corgis do. And probably forgetting socks, because that's just a Marley thing to do, is to forget the socks.
Sorry,
Pack everything but one important item.
sorry, did you say you're in the suitcase?
Yeah, I have to make sure there's room for everything and me.
Noted. Thank you.
It's very important. I have to hide sometimes, and just in case anything does happen, I would like to be able to be in my suitcase with my things. It's very important.
And
do
there
we
are
have,
suitcases that big.
I'm only 4.5 feet tall. There better be a suitcase I can fit in. Also, I'm going to run around the house asking everyone if we have any giant inflatable unicorns, because I need one for reasons. Does anyone have an inflatable unicorn? Not a unicorn raft, just inflatable unicorn. Anyone? No.
I'm sure we can look for one online.
So I'm gonna be in the laundry room looking through all of the cabinets, probably crawling into the cabinets, just to see if maybe there's an inflatable unicorn in the back. Towels are everywhere. Just so everyone knows, towels are now everywhere. There are just piles of towels and
Why are you
washcloths.
looking for an inflatable unicorn in the laundry room? He would ask.
There goes the soap across the hall. Stronger than I thought. Sorry. They bounces, just in case you were wondering.
If anything, our pool supplies would be kept in like a garage where normal people keep their outdoor stuff.
Okay, first of all, I'm not looking in the obvious places. I'm gonna peek my head out of the cabinet. I'm just gonna open the door, peek my head out. First of
Dee
all,
just has her
I do-
hands and fists on her hips like a mom.
First of all, I don't know who you think you're talking to, but I am the corgi, and I do not think rational thoughts. I have some scrambled eggs going on in my brain, but
Sure there isn't any floof in there?
no rats in the towels, so I'm gonna go check the pantry.
No, just check the garage. Come on, let's just go check the garage. Come on.
No. She's just
Ollie,
gonna crawl over all of the blankets and towels and things and just go towards the pantry.
Dee is gonna try picking. Dee is gonna just try picking her up and carrying her to the garage, like one would a corgi.
Why are we manhandling me? Why are we manhandling me? Stop manhandling me.
Pick her up like one picks up a corgi.
I am not a purse.
Air jail.
Come on.
I'm trying to pack, people.
Yeah, but you want to also look for an inflatable unicorn. You're not going to find an inflatable unicorn in the laundry room nor in the kitchen. We're going to look in the garage. Do we have a garage?
How
You do.
do you know it's not in the canned goods?
It is not so much an obvious place. Let's look in the obvious places first. Especially if you're, depending, and knowing you're looking for a giant inflatable unicorn, yeah?
Obviously, I just asked you if you had one.
I don't personally have one, and I don't know if there's one just lying around home. But if there is, it would probably be stored away in the outdoor supplies in the garage.
Okay,
or if we have a yard shed.
You would think that the amazing Butterflu Society that has given us all of the things that we has would understand my need for an inflatable unicorn to go on a cruise with.
Did you explain that to them at any point?
They have a file on me. My file should say needs inflatable unicorn.
Your phone dings, Marley. Oddly.
Ding. Fries are done. Can you put me down so I can check my ding?
Yes, Dee has this look on her face.
One moment while Elizabeth is dying here. Just breaking scene here for a moment. I have a question for you. This is also aimed at the audience as well. Would you guys like to see a picture of the cruise ship that was booked for you?
Does it have a unicorn? Yes.
After that moment, Dee will just set Audley down so she can check her ding.
My fries are done and they're on my phone. I need to know what it says.
It's a message from Alice. We have a file on you. It's about as long as a standard person's arm.
Doesn't include a unicorn, though.
So, are you interested in seeing a photo?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
If it's a bounce house, I'm going to be so excited.
This is the front of the ship. Ignore the name on it.
It's got a fucking helipad on it.
Yeah, wait till you see the back.
Audley is going to be jumping off of things. Yep. Audley will be jumping off of things.
And yes,
there is a
those
slide.
And yes, that is a slide that goes from the top to the mid deck, the midship deck.
Okay, Audley will be on that slide when she's not playing on her unicorn. By the way, am I still getting a unicorn, or are we not finding a unicorn yet?
Make me an intelligence plus investigation roll, which for you is going to be 5 dice.
There's obviously a zip liner on this thing.
Actually, yes, there is. The stats say there is.
Okay, I got 4 successes.
You managed to find 1 unicorn.
Yes!
Is it an inflatable unicorn?
Yes.
I am taking it back to my room to put in my suitcase and then make sure that me, the box, and the clothes all fit in the suitcase.
This ship has, because I went and actually looked up the stats for this ship, 18 decks, passenger capacity 6,800, crew capacity 2,400, length 1,188 feet, width 210 feet, gross tonnage 236,857 pounds, with a split hull design.
Isn't that like a city? A small city? A small town?
With crew and passengers fully loaded, accounts for almost 10,000 people.
That's
It is
a lot of
effectively
people. We're gonna sink.
It is effectively a small city.
I am so glad I fit in my suitcase.
Jeez.
Was there anything else that you lot would like to do this episode? Because we are drawing close to the end here. We have one more to come tonight, but
I, out of absolute spite of everything, am going to the backyard and getting my 5-foot by 10-foot square, not square, that's not a square, rectangle of land and going, this is my garden!
please roll me. Actually, you know what? Give me 1 second. Let me figure out what you're going to roll for that.
It is
I would like to
September,
help in
I
this
do not
endeavor.
care.
Audley, you want to help us build a garden?
I am so good at digging.
in the most like over dramatic voice, I like point a finger at Adelie. Adelie! Help me till this earth!
Adelie not only loves to dig, but she loves to pop claws, clearly. She uses her claws to open tuna. I'm sure she'll use her claws to till the earth.
Roll me a d10.
Come on, baby. Come on. Come on, please.
Oh,
I want this garden
because-
so bad.
Real quick, before you roll, because Adelie and I are helping Elizabeth, does she get to have 2 more dice for this roll?
For this test, no.
Come on, baby. Come on. It's a 9. It's
Woo!
a 9.
It's a 9!
Not only do you manage to pick out your plot of land, but you manage to get, actually, over the last few days, you've managed to make pretty good headway on it. You've managed to get the land, dug up. You managed to build out kind of the shape that you want. You managed to get some of your supplies brought in, such as rocks and landscaping equipment, whatever you want to frame it with. Your seeds that you need. It's going to take you probably a few more days, but you are well on your way.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going, bitches!
And through it all, I did it my way.
So, Otley, was there anything else you'd like to do to wrap up this episode?
I'm in a suitcase. I'm happy as a clam right now.
Make me an intelligence and wits roll, which for you is going to give you 6 dice, please.
Three successes.
You realize it's probably not going to be for at least another few days.
I am comfy, damn it. I am comfy!
Well, on that note then, we are going to wrap up this episode. Bear with me for one moment. To our audience, stick around. We've got at least one more episode coming. For those of you that are watching on either Twitch, if you're subscribed, or on YouTube, we'll see you guys next episode.